They're 360 games, so they should, I think they're all back to that. 'Cause you I mean, it's just interesting timing that the service got fixed around the end of the deal. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, weird though. They will though. Unless they
Welcome to the show, and here are your hosts, the diabolical Elite Gaming Guru, the illustrious Red Dead Panda, and the Australian stud AshtreyGaming. So let's get this party started. Shit.
Live.
Good evening, everybody. Get some gameplay going. Ash to the tray. Let's do this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Gamers Initiative Podcast, episode 108. So glad you could all
Sounds like
join
we're doing
us.
an ASMR episode now.
Yeah. Well, I'm naked, didn't I, you guys? I'll just drop that in. How you all doing? So, thank you, everyone. Thank you for the chat. Who we've got in the chat so far? We've got Cloud Gamer. We've got Fuck You. We've got Bushido. Oh, yeah, fuck you. I'm not talking to you anyway, because for one, you didn't turn up last week, I don't think. And there was another reason, which I forgot.
That's because I wasn't here, and he only shows up for me, so I just want to point that out.
So he's not going to show up for the next 3 weeks. That's just...
Yeah, for the next 3 weeks. Nope.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, yeah, by the way, just thought I'd mention, this is Red Dead Panda's last show for 3 weeks, because she's going travelling around Malaysia. She's selling meth to kids. So good luck on that.
Yeah, I'm selling it to them in toothpaste tubes. Yep.
Yeah.
Got to have clean teeth and meth at the same time.
She's going to be doing that for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Bless her. The things... And also, before also face Red talks for a while, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the chat. Thank you all for joining us each week. We really appreciate the support. So Cloud Gamer, we've got Bushido, we've got FartQ, and we've got... That's it. No,
hear
so
you,
guys, what have
Ashtray.
you been up to?
Can you hear
What's your
Ashtray?
face? AshtreyGaming. What have you been playing? What have you been doing? Where you been? Have you made any content yet? Go.
Ashtray? Ashtray? They can't hear you. For some reason, your audio wasn't coming through. So Elite and I are coming through, but you're not. Yeah, I thought so. I was listening back and I was like, So we could, while you do that, you can start a game, but I can talk because, I'm important. Okay. What have I been up to this week? Well, before the show, what you really missed was we all thought that Elite should change his name to Delete Gaming Guru. Instead of calling him Elite, just call him Delete. I thought that was great. So that's my highlight of the week so far. I have been MIA very much on Xbox this week and last week. We had a new training group come through, so I haven't really been playing any Halo because I've been getting into season 4 of Halo. But season 1 of Diablo 4 started, so I've loaded that up and started that.
Always fun.
And that's about it. I don't think I've really been. Oh, and a little bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla because I'm just chipping away at the story. That game is a bit grindy.
It's pretty good though.
and-
Can you hear me now,
yeah.
guys? Just make sure my audio is working.
Just let us know if you can hear Ashtray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's talking.
You go next.
Right now?
then.
We only need Panda anyway. No other voices are needed. I agree. Fuck you. I agree. So I'm gonna pop a
We should
heart.
ban him from the chat.
I told you. I think he's dauntless in disguise.
Oh, shit.
Shit, you know it.
Oh,
Like he was
yeah.
dauntless.
Oh.
We never see him in chat together. There we go.
Okay.
That explains it.
You have to
what
be.
They can
yeah,
hear you now, Ashtray. Yeah.
A dog in order to hear Ashtray.
Yes.
All
I
right,
think it's because someone said you got a very feminine
Turn your
voice. I'm not
audio
sure who
up,
that was.
Ashtray. Yeah.
turn it up louder.
Yeah. A little bit. Yeah.
alright.
I think.
So
I think that's why I
Try
said
that.
you have to be a dog in order to hear it.
no, it's because I made a joke about his voice being so high pitched because he's so feminine.
Oh. What does that mean
Yeah.
about your voice, Elite?
Ooh.
Well, I've got a very manly voice, a very exceptionally manly voice.
Yeah, you can hear it on his OnlyFans channel where he plays with pillows.
Yes.
Pillow Pals,
Yeah.
starring Elite Gaming
Pillow
Guru.
power.
Yep.
You got a good
What have
voice
I
for
been playing, you
prison,
say? You
though,
ask?
Elite, that's for sure.
Well, the pillows have googly eyes.
And holes in them. Crusty holes. So, where was
Like
we?
you said, don't you dare compare him to that moron. There you go.
shit.
So, he's going to leave the
We don't
chat.
see him anymore. He's just faded away. I don't know what happened to him.
Because I
He
keep
just
banning
vanished,
him.
didn't he?
Anyway,
I
let's
think
not talk about
his
him.
book club took off. I think that's what it was.
Let's not talk about him.
doesn't
Astray,
lose
what
anyone.
have you been up to this week? And what games have you been playing?
Thanks for asking, Red. I've been playing some Exo
Nobody asked about
Primal
me.
because no one
Who?
cares.
Yeah, who?
Yeah, I care. My mum cares.
No, she doesn't.
She tells me when she tucks me in.
Anyway, Ashtray.
Exo Primal. I've been playing that with the blue one and Boba, and that's been fun.
good?
It's kind of repetitive. Someone
But
said
it's
it
fun
best.
with play other people?
Yeah, it's always fun with other people. But actually, I've got a sound effect for that. I need to find it. But anyway,
I've got sound effects coming.
It is
I'll
good.
do that when I get to it.
There you go. It is a little grindy, but it does. The game itself, the gameplay sort of evolves as you level up. So sort of from around level 20. Yeah, from level 20, you start to get different dinosaurs and different things start to happen, and you get to play against different sort of bosses and stuff. So stick to it. It does take a little bit to get to level 20, but it's worth it, and it sort of evolves from there. So it's definitely worth a shot. It's good fun, especially for like a party chat or something like that. So I suggest you give it a shot.
Bushido says
Bushido said you
sucks.
suck. Oh no,
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 he says
sorry,
Exo
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 sucks.
Oh, right,
Exo
sorry.
sucks.
Each to their own.
Each to
Yeah.
their own.
I've actually downloaded it, but I downloaded a bunch of games. I downloaded that arcade game recently we got on Game Pass. I've not played it yet. I downloaded Brawlhalla, and I've been playing that. And I downloaded the EXO thingy game, so I get to play
Prime.
it yet. So EXO Prime, yeah. So, but
I think we're all just waiting for Starfield, to be honest.
Yeah, we are. So I don't really want to commit to anything because that's out in a couple of months. So I don't really want to commit too much to anything bit major. Diablo 4. Have you all still playing Diablo 4? Ashtray, have you bought it yet?
Yeah. Great game.
No.
Did you not hear what I said?
Skip it there.
He wasn't listening, as per usual, to me. I started season 1 of Diablo 4, in case you weren't listening. Delete. I mean, delete.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I asked Jen to come on board, but she flaked as always because she's playing the new updates and stuff.
It's because you're on the show, but she didn't want to hurt your feelings. I told her to just tell you outright. Yeah.
Yeah, I told her to tell me outright. I said, if you don't love me, just tell me.
Shout out to Umbro in the chat.
My dad tells me all the time.
Love
it.
So does your whole family.
Yeah.
Aren't they going into witness protection shortly? So you can't find them?
Yeah, I believe so.
I was gonna say, I'll welcome in for the Umbra. We're gonna get you back on, my guy, with Bushido. I was just gonna say, I'm working on a new intro and outro and some new sound effects, but I don't want them to go live, everybody, until
Panda
also
Express
faces back from her holidays, back from traveling around.
Yeah. Is that your
looking
porn
for a new
video?
husband? Yeah. So I've got a fantastic new intro to come, outro, and some new sound effects. That also, yeah, we're trying to hit 1,000k subs because guys, once we hit 1,000k, are we going to start showing our faces and other stuff?
I might wear my panda onesie, red panda onesie. I have a red panda onesie. I might wear it.
Nice.
I have a red panda pillow.
And I don't like red pandas anymore. That was quick.
Why not? What they do to you? Show me where they touched you. No, honestly, show me where they touched you.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, this. Should we get on to Florence news topic? First topic.
Anything would be great.
Yeah, it would be lovely.
I think everyone's come here to listen to some gaming news. Let's get into gaming news. Right.
Hey, Elite, you should have your own podcast by yourself.
Yeah. I don't have an image of my feet and me talking sexy for that. Umbra, you can guess and you can do your voice. We both do our sexy voices and just.
What's the guarantee that if you did that, Elite, you would get like swatted on your first podcast show? They would like make it start.
Yeah, it'd just be awkward.
All right, first topic.
Yeah, won't go into how awkward it'd be. Right, Xbox Series X consoles are selling out thanks to classic Call of Duty. So, from the people that brought you Call of Duty is going to die on Xbox, they won't be supported. Nobody cares anymore. Apparently, it's doing really well. Xbox Series X is going by Amazon results anyway, have boosted the sales by 84%, and everyone's playing on the what do you call it, backlog thing? What do you call it? Fucking
backwards compatibility.
Backwards compatibility. Everyone's playing it via backwards compatibility. Xbox, all the old games. Like I mean, my favourite was Black Ops 2. I don't know what your favourite was, but yeah, it's just going wild now, and I can't wait for these games to hit Game Pass, which is just only going to boost it. But what do you guys have to say about that? And what was your favourite Call of Duty?
Well, get this. I didn't play Call of Duty until Modern Warfare, which was what, 2019?
EOS.
Yeah. Because I didn't get online until 2017 anyway. So I was always an offline gamer.
It's just because you're in Australia. Didn't have electricity.
Yeah, well, actually, the download rate was only 4 megabits per second anyway, so it was rubbish for a long time. But I was never an online gamer.
We had to run a landline over from England to Australia for you to connect.
Take you to download a mobile game then if you had a 4 megabyte download speed.
I wouldn't want to know. I don't know, but I do know for a game it was like nearly a week. It was nuts. So anyway,
last
yeah. So first one was Modern Warfare, which I've still got, and that's really good. So Modern Warfare 2 for me is like the same kind of thing. So I didn't play any of that. So I do have the chance to obviously get these games and play them and try the campaigns out for the first time. So that'll be awesome. But why I don't really know. I suppose it's a nostalgic thing why people would want to go back, because I mean the mechanics and gameplay can't be as fun as what it is now. I wouldn't think. I'm sure people would disagree with that, but usually when you go back to a game, it's sort of clunky and you can kind of tell, wow, it's evolved, a lot better now and things feel better. So it is what it is. But I mean, Boba's been playing it and he's been finding matches within seconds.
Yeah.
He's just turn it on, load it up, and get a match straight away. So that's crazy. But it is interesting, like I said when we were sort of talking before the show, it is interesting the timing of this, that these
Very
servers
convenient.
got fixed right near the end of this deal. So I don't know if that was just pure luck, but I don't really believe in coincidences. So that is interesting. But obviously, you guys talk about it because you guys have obviously played these games in the past.
Yes. I actually.
That's a big no from him then.
No, I don't know if you guys. I thought I mentioned this before, but you probably didn't listen because you don't listen to me. No, I used to play Call of Duty Semi-Professional. I played in European leagues.
Oh.
Yeah, so there.
Was this in your dreams or?
No, I did.
You
I actually
did?
played Semi-Professional. Yeah, I actually did in the European leagues, and was in a clan and all sorts. And we had training days and everything. Yeah, the whole shebang. I used to have a YouTube channel that showed all the gameplay and stuff. I'll find one, see if it's still around, because we're going back now to the 360 days, so we're going back about 10 years.
300 years in gaming.
Yeah, 10 years plus. So I'll see if I can find a game clip and I'll send it to you. I was under a different gamer tag then. I was under Global Skullface. I'll find it and send you a clip of it and show you. But I used to play Call of Duty Semi-Professional and played in all the European leagues and stuff like that. Yeah, and had tournaments and all sorts of stuff. So
You gonna get back into it then?
See, my favourite Call of Duties were the old school ones, the Black Ops and stuff, and then when Ghost dropped Call of Duty Ghosts, it was awful.
It was.
And
yeah.
then I felt that was like a turn of Call of Duty, and I tried to enjoy them, but I just felt from then on it got too much. I don't know. Everyone was just sitting in corners, and it just got really campy, and it sort of defined a new sort of era of Call of Duty for me. And I've not really enjoyed them since. And now they're sort of just trying to copy other games, and they're giving you special abilities and throwing all sorts of stuff like that. And it's just getting sort of, I don't know. It's not as enjoyable as it used to be. Let's just say that. It's a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If it come on Game Pass, I'm not gonna purchase the game just to play it. But if it came on Game Pass, I probably would boot up the old Black Ops and stuff like that and try them again, because I like the maps and I liked how it ran and stuff like that. Because apparently it's running at 4K 120 FPS, aren't they?
Well,
They should.
with the BC
Back and
program that Microsoft had, that it should be able to do that, and they should be able to work with Activision to sort it. Yeah. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised that people are actually buying consoles to play these old Call of Duty games, because there's specific parts of the community that didn't want to play old games. Why buy a new console to play old games? So it's nice, and some people who haven't played them in ages are buying an Xbox to do that, because from my understanding, this isn't fixed on the PlayStation side. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, please chat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the last Call of Duty game I played was probably Ghosts. After that, I wasn't very impressed. And then Modern Warfare 2, I still have my old disc, and I should probably pop that in to play it in backwards compatibility and give it a go. But yeah, I haven't really played any Call of Duty since then. Yeah. I would like to, though, because I don't know. If you play with me on Halo, I love to kill people. And apparently steal kills from Riskit, because he's just not really good at the game. I just want to point that out. You know, if you were really good at the game, you wouldn't die, and I wouldn't get the kill after you died.
Damn, damn. Um, I reckon the gameplay mechanics and the whole style is better COD compared to Halo, but that's just me.
That's
It's a
because
lot faster.
yeah, well, I think the oh my god, why can't I think of it? The time to kill is faster, right? Definitely faster in COD. But yeah, no, I don't know.
Best
What are
part,
your
you don't have
thoughts
to
on
wait 4 hours to respawn.
Well, when you play customs, you don't. You can get rid of that respawn time. What are your thoughts on this? Because Xbox News came out and said since the Xbox 360 Call of Duty servers were fixed, people are reporting Xbox Series X is being sold out in stores, while sales on Amazon have risen by 84%. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's quite a lot when you think about it. And I think console sales will continue to increase based on Starfield being available. And so it's just a positive, but I'm with you on that, Ashtray, around it. It's very convenient that suddenly these were fixed right around the time of that deal closing. Yeah, very convenient.
Very. And you're right. I haven't heard anything about any other servers. They've just been mentioning Xbox servers have been fixed. Fixed. Yeah. I
Well,
like how
cloud gaming.
they just turned it on. They just went into some server room that's probably been closed for a few years, turned the light on, and then switched the server on and walked off. That was
Just
about
literally
it.
press the button, fixed.
That's what I reckon's happened.
Cloud
But
Gamer said we're all going to be selling our Series X's to get a PS5 for Spider-Man 2. Nah,
yeah, no.
Starfield.
And Jim was like, "You promised no parity." It's gonna come. Sorry, Jim.
Sorry, Jimbo.
Yeah, Jim. No, I think it's and it's just it's just a way forward of how things already going to come, isn't it? Doesn't it? We know, like people were saying, PlayStation 4 outside Xbox because the amazing exclusives he has, and it's weird when I've ever told that, and I say, "Oh, really? So what amazing first party exclusives did PlayStation have? Why it dominated so well with Xbox?" And they always come up with. They always tell me God of War, The Last of Us 2, Horizon from
Did
West.
you talk about
yeah,
that last week? The apparent Last of Us 2 remaster coming?
Yes, we did. I think we did. We did, didn't we?
Yep.
Honestly,
Yeah, we did.
honestly, the biggest L. Like, what the fuck?
What
I
do you
can't even
expect? Well, The Last of Us 1 was
begin to
remastered after
describe.
just 1 year. So,
Yeah, but I mean, there were quite a few games between that gen and that gen that got the definitive edition version, so they could resell them again on that, and it was very common for them. Like Diablo 3 did it. Trying to think of who else did it. Tomb Raider did it. Yeah, the whole heap of games that did another resale version for just the Xbox One and the PS4 versions of the games. But the game, it's already got backwards compatibility, and I guess for me, sorry, I want to go back and talk about it because I missed last week. Because I was celebrating my birthday with my twin sister. But didn't they have to pay to get better features for the PS5 version? Or am I thinking of another game? There's so many games where they had to pay for slight upgrades.
Which game are you
it's all
referring to?
games.
Last of Us 2, it was only through backwards compatibility, right? On the PS5. They didn't have to pay to take advantage of the PS5 at all?
It was
Yes, it cost $10.
The Last of Us Part 2 was only... Wasn't that only a
Yeah.
PS5
PS4 game, but I think it was made available through backwards compatibility for the PS5 because it came out in 2020 prior to the PS5 launching.
Yeah,
But did they have to
Shit.
pay to take advantage to take advantage of the PS5? Like you know how
yeah.
PlayStation
can't
was
say
charging
I've-
a lot of upgrades?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I heard that was
I
the
assume
case.
they did.
I don't know.
Because-
There were other games that did, like, but I can't remember if that one did because that would be a big L if you paid to take advantage of the PS5 and then they're remastering it for the PS5 and you're like, what the? Anyway, sorry, I cut you off earlier, Elite, while you were talking, as I always do. But yeah,
So we got from Call of Duty to The Last of Us
Yeah,
somehow.
it's disgusting.
because I was just curious.
We got
I
a
was just
pony on the
curious.
panel.
My little pony.
Oh yeah, we've lost all train of thought now. Where was we? I've lost the point. Yeah, you ruined it, Red. It's gonna be a great 3 weeks when she's gone. So I'm gonna move on to the next topic because
That'd be a good
Red's
idea because
ruined
I
it for
think
everyone.
everyone's falling asleep.
Yeah.
I am.
So, next topic. It looks like Arcane Austin, who made Redfall, is going to back to their roots with their next game. They're currently looking for a lead technician engineer who has experience with single-player action RPG games and immersive simulators. That's American for simulator. So, Arcane Austin, who made Redfall, and remember that lady recently that demanded a pay rise, a 3K pay rise, and the PlayStation fans were trying to throw that around as if like Microsoft are bad for not paying her a pay rise for Redfall.
Yep.
Yeah, so so they're going to go back to their roots and make a single player game. So, firstly, who's excited by this, and secondly, who's not? I'm in the camp that I'm not excited because I don't really care.
Me too.
I'm not been a big fan, to be honest, of their kind of a game. So, I mean, that's why I never had my hopes really high up for Redfall in the first place. And I think their games have always done sort of okay. Actually, yeah, just about okay. So I don't know why everyone expected so much from Redfall. I don't know why, but what do you guys think? How excited are you on a scale to 1 to 10? Ashtray, how excited are you?
Look,
He's at 20. It's
20.
not even on the scale.
Exactly. It's off the
Yeah.
chain. No, look, I've never really cared for their games at all. Like I didn't really like Prey that much myself.
Didn't like it.
That's just not my style of game. I think
No.
I think Cold Eastwood loves it, right? But that's he seems to like that kind of stuff. I didn't really care for it. I played Deathloop. I didn't mind it, but I didn't finish it. It really didn't sort of do much for me.
Nah.
I haven't played Redfall on purpose. I'm gonna let that sit in
You
the
and I
background, and I'll jump
the
in that,
same.
later on down the track. So, so I'll probably end up playing Redfall when it's classed, or when it's fixed and it's a good game kind of thing. I know it's differing opinions. Some people say it's great. Some people say it's not very good. Some people say the game gunplay mechanics are really good, but there's sort of not a lot really kind of happening. AI issues still, things like that. But it was their first foray into a multiplayer co-op kind of game. So, they've probably at least taken a lot of learnings out of this, and that they can use in future games. But I've never really cared. I don't even think I've played a Dishonored game in the past. So yeah, to me, I don't really care. It's a nothing burger for me. Red, what about yourself?
I just want to point out that Monad called me out to say hi first out of the three of us. So thank you, Monad. This is me being
So
petty.
he's a simp. Okay, got it.
No. But I also just want to point out that watching this Halo gameplay just makes me want to play Halo and take the controller off you and just be like,
Yeah, I know, right?
I just love it. I love Halo. Like jonesing for it right now.
I deleted it
But
off my console.
yeah, fair enough. What I was gonna say, I think it's for people who are big Arcane fans. This is a massive win for them because I think with any studio and the companies and the publishers and all of that who are forcing studios into making games they've never made before, and then kind of like, I guess, punishing them in a way because of that, it's if their games don't do as well isn't really fair. If you want to build a game that's never been made before, you've got to get the right people in. You've got to make sure that the team has the support it needs, and they need to build up to that. So going back to what they're used to doing and what they've been successful doing in the past. I mean, not every game is for everyone, so it makes sense. But well, I think for them to go back and go, Redfall wasn't really a hit for us. We know we've learned from it because I know they will have taken away quite a few teachings from that. We will probably end up with quite a good game for that. And what I do like about it is the co-op aspect. I think games allowing co-op so you can play games with your friends is really important to the longevity of any title, especially for like us when we're like, what do we want to play? Because we're not all just sitting in a party chat playing single player games the whole time, but like the co-op aspect. So hopefully there is some co-op in it. I haven't played Prey because I'm a wuss, and I've played a little bit of Dishonored. It's not my cup of tea, but I do have a few friends who absolutely love that series, and I'm hoping to see what they do next. Because I mean, Deathloop wasn't my biggest thing either, because that's also an arcane title. It's just one of the other teams under Arcane who made it. But I hope that people are happy to hear that they're going back to their roots. That's what I hope. I really do. I, like myself, like you, Ashtray, have not picked up Redfall because of the 60 FPS in it. And I feel like just listening to that game, I feel like in order for us to enjoy it, it does need to have a 60 FPS mode. No idea how I'm going to feel about Starfield at 30. Like I said, I'm still trying to determine whether I play on PC or whether I play on console. But I might end up just playing some Zelda on my Switch to get me used to 30 FPS again to play it. But it's very jarring going back to that frame rate. So yeah.
Elite.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I played. I think they're all on Game Pass actually. I played Prey and Dishonored and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't enjoy them. They are just bland, sort of empty worlds. There's not much going on. I've always found the mechanics and the combat very basic, and it's the same for Redfall. But even though saying that, I found Redfall a bit more entertaining, and a bit more fun than Prey and Dishonored, and even Deathloop, which I was quite pissed off about because I was really looking forward to Deathloop, and wanted it to be a really good sort of gunplay, but the mechanics were awful with it. This hasn't got me hyped at all. You know, good that they go back to what they used to, and hopefully can focus on that and push that forward. But until I need to know more about it, and hopefully they evolve and do something better. And so
it would be like if like I think Tim Schafer made a joke saying when they got acquired that they wouldn't end up making a Halo game themselves because never made a Halo game before. So it's that sort of concept around if the studio's never made a game like that before, don't just chuck them in the deep end like that unless they're willing to work with it. And I don't feel like that was the case, and I agree that I think that the studio was hoping that Microsoft would be like, can this game? And I know some people still think that should have been, but wait and see for what the new game is going to look like. I just think it's nice that they get to kind of focus on what they are, I guess, good at doing in their sense of that for single player or story. Yeah,
and look, the beauty of it now though is that these teams can take their time making games. There's no rush anymore because there's so many studios available to Xbox now that each one can. They've obviously still got to set some time limits and stuff. You don't want to be making games for 10, 15 years, but at least they know that they can sort of eyes are off them. They can make a game and sort of put the best of their learnings from the last couple of games into it, and hopefully it comes up something that really good. Or look, you never know. Xbox could merge them with another studio and help assist because they might like something from it and put them with another team and create something completely new. So there's a lot of options there for all these teams, for all these devs. So yeah, either way, they've got some time now to just sit back and make something that they really want to do. I think they didn't want to really make the game in the first place, did they?
No. Not the way that it was being pushed onto them with what they wanted.
Yeah.
So
if your heart and soul's not into the game, you're not going to really want to try and make it the best you can either, would you?
Nah. And obviously that's why I feel just brush it off. Said just release it, get rid of it, move on.
Yep.
You can't cancel it. It's just a waste of money. You might as well just drop it, go, move on.
That's what we've been trying to do to you, Elite, but you keep coming back with the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm behind you right now.
Put it away.
You would be on the ground. I already would have.
Where are we going with this?
I already would have dropped you on the ground, and then just running you over.
Be careful what you say. Oh,
Careful what you say. Oh wait, that's a tire coming towards me.
Yeah.
Hashtag
I thought
delete
you were gonna say
elite.
something
Yes,
else.
thank you, Ashtray. If you're enjoying the show, hit that like button, share it out, but also pop delete elite in the chat. Or just put delete gaming guru because he really needs to change his gamer tag to that now.
Delete
Yep.
Gaming Guru.
Right, so oh my
That's his
dog's
alt
trying again.
account. He argues with himself on Twitter. Sorry. What's our next topic, guys?
Right,
What
next topic. Sorry, yeah, sorry, my dog was trying to come in.
what
the
are we
booth.
on? Topic three?
Right, so Game Pass is finally died off after
Game
what's it been
Pass?
21 years. Game
Game
Pass,
Pass?
not Game Pass. Gold, Xbox Live Gold. It's
There we
finally
go.
died off after 21 years, and they're
Definitely getting
merged
a
it
bronze for that opening.
into Game Pass. Yes, and there's going to be. I'm slightly distracted.
Ashley's like, I quit. I'm leaving.
Peace.
So yeah, so they're merged it. They're changing it into 4 tiers now. They kind of like the PS Plus thing. So we've got the first tier is Core, which is going to be, it's in dollars I assume, $9.99. That would include online console multiplayer, catalogue of over 25 high quality games on console, and member deals and discounts.
Mhm.
You've got tier 2, which is console, which is $10.99.
This is US.
Yeah, hundreds of high quality games on console. New games on day one. What's on day one? Just
Day and
new
date
games day
games,
one.
so they release
Yeah,
day one straight into
Uh,
the service.
yeah. Should just say new games. Sorry, just the grammar's wrong. And member deals and discounts. Then we've got the PC tier, which is hundreds of high quality games on PC. New games on day one. Member deals and discounts, EA Play membership. Then we've got Ultimate, which is $16.99, which jumps up. Hundreds of high quality games on console, PC, and cloud. New games on day one. Member deals, discounts, and perks. Online console multiplayer. EA Play membership. Yeah, so Xbox Live will be changing over to that from the 1st of December this year. So, in order to enjoy online multiplayer and various benefits, you must subscribe to the core service, otherwise you don't get anything at the minimum. So, what's your guys' take on all this? I'm sure Ashtray's got plenty to say, which is why let's go to Red Dead Panda first.
So I have plenty to say. So
You're
okay.
an idiot.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay.
All right,
Well, it's why we get you to read out the topics, Elite, because you always have so much to say. All right. Okay. I'm a little bit disappointed with this setup. Family games with gold.
Tell us why.
She's trying to.
Family and friends like family gold is, from my understanding, disappearing. They haven't got an equivalent of it. Like Xbox Game Pass, friends and family plan is disappearing. Ends in August. They've said they're going to look at probably introducing something new. So maybe they are going to have something new to replace that. But it's a little bit disappointing. Core, I understand Core because it's like it's the Xbox Gold equivalent, so I guess that's why the online multiplayer is there. But console multiplayer not being there unless you get Ultimate, I know that's what they were trying to say, is if you get both, you get access to everything. But I can hear something in the background. Whatever that is.
That's elite typing.
Oh, sorry. Told you. I did ask earlier. Could you hear me? You said no.
No, like
Oh,
we
stop.
couldn't hear you earlier. This,
Okay.
but I really don't understand why console just can't include the online multiplayer. I know that's what Ultimate is as well, but like core could be your silver free access to whatever you get to use the servers for the free to play games, etc., etc. Your introduction into this console would be your gold version. Ultimate's everything, and then you've got PC, which doesn't even pay for online multiplayer. Hopefully, they get people moving from core across, but I don't see people moving across to console. I know their idea is to get everyone on ultimate, but this just it seems like a good start for core and then a step down on console for a little bit. Yes, you get access to a heap of games through Game Pass, but games that you want to play with your friends that aren't free to play, because those free to play games you don't have to pay for online for, it doesn't seem fair. And I know that some people have been complaining about the loss of games with gold. And I understand that side of it. Like, where is that value going? Games with gold hasn't been a great value at all. But hopefully now, whatever they were using for that service is going to put more games into Game Pass as a result. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too loud because I'm at my sister's house. But the whole thing just something's off about it, and I want them to relook at it and rejig it. I don't know. This is something odd about the design and layout of the tiers. Yeah, I think it made sense when it was just like PC, Ultimate, and Console, but as soon as you and then there was Gold by itself. But I don't know, just there's something odd about console and core, just the way they're set up. You would assume that
Yeah.
the higher up tier, the more you pay, the more access you get. So core shouldn't have the online console multiplayer. Console should, essentially. You know, that makes more sense. The more you pay, the more you get. The less you pay, the more restrictive it is for you, and that just makes sense. That's common sense. That's logic. That's how things work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't because I'm on Ultimate. I don't. Obviously, it doesn't impact me, but I'm just looking at those who are going to see the new messaging and come across, and they'll be like, "What? Doesn't really make sense." Sort it,
Yeah,
Xbox. Sort it.
I'm on Ultimate as well. My question is, so on core, you obviously get on my multiplayer, which everyone wants. A catalogue of over 25 games.
Yep.
So what 25 games are those?
They'll be first party
You,
Right,
there's
so
like let's
and
bring up
back
the
and
list.
pat.
There's a list online at the moment for what the
oh, right,
games
okay.
are.
And then member deals and discounts. But then on console, you get hundreds of high quality
Through Game
games.
Pass,
So I guess it includes the whole library of Game Pass.
except EA Play. Yep.
New games day one, okay. But you don't. But you don't get multiplayer online with console version. 299 console version.
You've never had it. If this isn't, they haven't changed it. You never had it. You always had to pay for Gold and Game Pass separately, or get Ultimate.
Was it? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's always been that way.
Oh, right, so now, yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure why they don't give the online. I'm not sure why they don't scrub core and just go with the console, PC, and Ultimate.
So so they had to pay $10.99 for Game Pass console, and then they had to pay $9.99 for core, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, if you they had to pay whatever it was. They had to pay console by itself, and then they had to pay Gold by itself. You would have had to pay for those two, and then they had the option where if you didn't want to pay for them two separately, you get a discount and you just go Ultimate, which includes everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it makes even more sense that they should have just brought core in and moved it above console
Yes.
and charged somewhere in between that, $12 or something, and put like so they
because
they
the base
fucked
one
it.
should
They
have been the
fucked it,
25
right?
games.
They
The next one should have been.
It should have made it. It's such a simple thing as you just have it above console because console doesn't have multiplayer, and if you don't want multiplayer, then that's the cheapest option, and they should have kept it at that.
And then you still get to play all those games through Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just popped a link in the chat for you,
Elite.
to see what the list of games are, but I can read them out while you go have a look. So you're getting Among Us, you're getting Descenders, you're getting Dishonored 2, Doom Eternal, Fable Anniversary, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, Grounded, Halo 5 Guardians, Halo 2, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, which is smart because Hellblade 2 is coming out. Human Fall Flat, Inside, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Psychonauts 2, State of Decay 2, and Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Edition, Tamriel Unlimited Edition. But in saying that, a lot of those games kind of remind me a little bit about the PS Plus catalog they had. You know, those games that they had of the first party. That if you signed up, you got access to, and then they removed it on the PlayStation side. And some of those games do require an online, so you can understand why through Core they've got online multiplayer because you need it to play some of those games. But some of the games on Game Pass, wouldn't you need to have access to online as well to play some of them? It just, I don't know, there's something that just doesn't make sense, and I think they really need to look at that offering again and rejig it. Yeah.
There are always going to be people that don't want online, and that's fair. But it should just
Get
be
rid of it.
part and parcel of everything now anyway. It should just be
Yeah.
there as an option. Whether you charge more for it or not, it's up to the company. But that's the other thing, is just add multiplayer capability onto console and problem solved. And then people can choose and leave the price as it is, but then people can choose whether they want to use it or not, and it's just there as an option. That could be the quickest fix, but they really overcomplicated it, in my opinion, and it could have been way easier done and much more straightforward than what they've done here. So I don't know. This is typical of Xbox, though. They tend to bring out new things or change things, and people sit there scratching their head, and it becomes a debate and an argument on Twitter and social media, and then there's news articles written about it. It's like, do we really need this extra confusion when there's an easy fix for it? Or it just shouldn't have happened in the first place. You can't have this lowest tier with more than a tier up from it. It just doesn't make sense. It's not how things work in real life. So I don't know. It's just typical Xbox doing dumb shit.
So yeah, it should go like 2, 3, etc., etc. 4, like the way, because you got 3 options on core, 3 options on console, 4 options on PC, and then 5 options on ultimate. So it should go 2, 3, 4, 5 for what you get out of the different tiers based on how much you pay for them, right?
Sure, you could do that.
But,
Yeah,
but it doesn't.
except PC costs the same as core. And
Yeah, well,
my question is, what's the difference between PC and Ultimate?
Well, cloud gaming.
That's it.
I think so.
What? No, you're
And
not.
You also get access to console ultimate as well.
You're not getting charged for online
console Game
multiplayer.
Pass. Yeah, you're not getting charged
But
for online
PC doesn't, though,
multiplayer.
does it?
No, they don't
No.
get charged for that, but they also don't have, like, if they wanted to play Game Pass on their consoles, if any of them had consoles, you never know, they might have a secondary system. They don't have access to those Game Pass games. They can only access the PC
So,
versions.
Ultimate, we can switch between PC and console.
Yeah, so you can take your
because
games
they're
and-
paying like £7 less a month, and all they're losing is what I can see is access to cloud.
No,
So they
across
don't have
platform.
cloud. They don't have the option to, like, I think it's yes. So if I wanted to play any games that weren't on PC Game Pass
Yeah.
and I wanted to play on console, I can't access them because I don't
Yeah, how
have
many
Game
PC
Pass for
gamers-
console.
Do you want to do that though?
But there might be people. I
For
know
£7
that. I know
a
a lot
month,
of people.
Would you want to do that?
Yeah, but I
You
have a
should
lot
play
of
on PC, wouldn't you?
people who have got a PC and then they have a Series S and they also have someone else living in the household, so they game share, right? And they do that, so they have Ultimate so that they can be playing the same games while they're playing on PC and they're playing on console. So Ultimate's kind of a smart move if you want to share what you're playing across both PC and console. Yeah.
They probably had that as an ultimate bonus then, shouldn't they?
What? Oh, game share.
Game share. Yeah.
Technically, you can game share on console or core as long as you own the games or are paying a subscription. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does seem a bit weird. So something seems not right about it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Stick
no,
Figure in the
what's the
chat
chat
says
think?
Core already has millions of subscribers in gold, so if they scrapped it, then they would effectively be forcing Game Pass on them. Imagine the outrage. Yeah, but
Yeah, that's true.
technically, though, if you just said to everybody, okay, anyone with games with gold who doesn't have Game Pass, we will move you into Game Pass that has, you know, multiplayer and everything and access to all the games, I think people would find that as better value, personally. But they'd have to have multiplayer involved. So then all you do is add that to the base pack and Bob's your uncle. You're done. You still had 3 tiers. You just moved everyone over to the base pack and added multiplayer. Really, would that be a real cost to them? It wouldn't be.
They did that before, didn't they? Just basically sort of
Well, that's
bumped
what
you
they
up
did
if
with
you already
us,
had
right?
it. Yeah.
With Game Pass and Gold, they moved us to Ultimate. So it can be done.
Upgrade you automatically. That's how people had so many years of thinking it, didn't they already?
They will probably do that though for people who are paying for both.
But they should have just done that from the jump, is what I'm saying.
But it was people's choices to do that, right? I think the issue is there's also not an equivalent of game family gold. There's not an equivalent to replace that at the moment. So I think they're taking another look at that since they're finally merging it under the same umbrella. Yeah, I don't know.
But Red, don't you think we can probably agree that they could have done this better and cleaner?
I think so, but I think it's very much that they're kind of grandfathering people across in a way, and then it's going to be a lot more easier to kind of market Game Pass Ultimate to these people, because now the name is it's Game Pass Core. There's these different versions. They've kind of marketed it as there's different tiers, and it's not really quite different tiers. It's more like different variations, which I guess is kind of like tiers as well. But
it's tiers.
I don't know. Hopefully, it's better. Like they can market it better and actually start shifting people across, and then get rid of core altogether, potentially, and then put that online multiplayer option in just Game Pass for console by itself, because it would be nice just to get rid of it altogether and we just pay for the subscription service and we have free online. But you're right, they're making too much money with the online multiplayer and gold going across to core. So I think until they can shift enough people across from that, we probably won't see any changes in that respect.
Yeah, I think what they should have done is, yes, I think what you're saying, Ashtray, is that they should have bumped all the gold members that don't have Game Pass, bumped them all up to Ultimate, just to get them in there, just to push them into it. And then once they get that sort of, it'd be like a drug. Once they've got Ultimate and experienced it and everything, then they have the option to drop them back to either the console version or the PC version, or renewing Ultimate.
Isn't that what
it's on them
did?
then.
At one point, they kind of said, "Hey, when you move across, you'll get access to this, and then you can choose after this expires to drop down or something." Is that what happened?
Yeah. Did they? I'm not sure if it is, but I think that's what
Xbox sounds about right.
Just do it.
Xbox should have done that.
I mean,
should have just bumped up to the highest level, and then when your subscription's about to run out, they say, look, you can keep paying monthly for this if you're enjoying it, or you've got the console option or the PC option, wherever you want to play. That's your 3 options. I don't think they should have the core option. I think they should just scrap that and just push everyone up to Ultimate.
That and your 4th option should be family plan. Yeah, there should be. Family
plan. Of course, family plan should be another option. Yeah, that should be in there.
Now, just quick question, because something weird's happened at my place. So, can you share a subscription? You can't, can you? Because I got Ultimate, and I was thinking, hang on a second, my other console, I've given to my kids, are gone. I haven't seen them deduct out the Game Pass, the basic, but my son downloaded Exoprimal so he could play that because he likes dinosaurs, and I'm like, hang on, and I worked out it's using my Ultimate subscription on both, but I'm only being charged once.
Yeah, because you can do the game share. So whichever console you've got set up as your home console, like my sister.
Remember, I couldn't set it up though, and I didn't know how it worked. I must have somehow done it.
Working. But yeah, my sister has my console is like her console set as my home because I've got Ultimate, and so she gets access to everything I get access, and we only pay 1 sub fee. So that's nice that you get 2 for 1 for that, but they really need to expand it out to they need a family plan. And it's disappeared because they were collecting numbers, they were getting details, doing market research, and they'd kind of put it out to specific markets that were small where they could kind of figure out what was going on, and now it's gone. But the nice thing is that those who did sub to it for the joy of testing family and friends, you get, like, when they convert you back, you get months free for Ultimate for all the people that were in your group. So depends on how long you were testing the service as to how many months you'll get. Yeah. So I'll take that. Free money.
Look,
Tinykin.
yeah.
Sorry. I want a sequel to that game. I loved it so much.
I reckon we'll get one. Because it was such a fun game. It was awesome. Anyway, so we should expect the numbers to dramatically jump then for Game Pass, knowing
Think
that
of Starfield.
but because of this merge of Gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So although what they say there was like 50 something million, I would say that would be less than that of a jump because a lot of us were on Gold and we already moved over. So
Yeah.
unless that was what was remaining after we all moved over to Game
I
Pass,
think
I'm
that's
not
what
sure.
was remaining after we all moved over to Ultimate. Yeah, I
Right.
think they're
So
still at
then
about 50 million subs.
it'll jump up to about maybe say 40. Let's just say 10 decide to drop off. So that's still a massive leap. So that should bring the total, up to something like 60 or something, or 70 million people.
I just want to shout out to Assassin in the chat. Great to see you. Risk It for the Biscuit is here, and he has said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Tams are here. Someone time him out, please." No, I'm kidding. Love you, Risk It.
Risk it for the
And
Tim Tam.
Yeah.
Jimmy Tam, right. Ready to move on
Tim
to the
Tam
next
Slam.
topic? I thought that's what you do me later on.
Topic.
So, with over 92 million views, fans made the most watched Xbox show ever. So, Xbox Showcase, which nobody was interested in, apparently 92 million people were, and they all watched it. And it's a massive success, the most viewed, watched show for Xbox ever.
I watched it 92 million times just so we
Yeah.
could get those numbers.
And we appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
It's a 38% rise in viewership over last year's show. And they said it's thanks to games like Starfield, Forza Motorsport, Hellblade 2, Fable, South of Midnight, Avowed, Clockwork Revolution, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and Towerborn. What's Towerborn? Did I miss that game?
No.
Yeah, it was there.
No.
Yeah, it looked all right. Yep.
He
I
doesn't
don't
remember
know
what
that
it looks
one.
like. I remember what it looks like. It actually looked quite fun.
And Towerborn. And then he said, thanks to other partners, I guess it's all third party now, Star Wars Outlaws, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, City Skylines 2, and 33 Mortals. They said our show aims to bring something for everybody, whether it's an RPG obsessive or an indie collector.
For an English
there is
person, you
something for
aren't very
everyone.
good at enunciating your words, by the way. Just want to
No,
point
I'm
that
not.
out.
She-
I tell you what it is. It's
Laziness.
alcohol.
Yeah. True.
It's alcohol and it's midnight. I'm gonna combine them two. So there. So what do you guys think about that? 92 billion million trillion people. That's quite good going, isn't it?
I mean, obviously that's fantastic, but that must be across a few different platforms because the numbers on YouTube aren't that high or nowhere near it. I think you're looking at 3.3 million views. The other thing that Xbox do though that the others don't do is they'll have multiple streams because they'll do it in different languages as well, which does sort of dilute it a little bit, but it's not going to dilute it to that extent. 3.3 million views, and the Starfield Direct was 2.7 million. So that's a big gap between that and 92 million. So it must be across people that watched it through other platforms.
Yeah, 'cause
So
it
a
would have been
combined.
on IGN as well and all of that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to be that. So not the direct from the Xbox channel.
Did it go on Twitch? It might have been even on Twitch. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. It's probably across all these different platforms that it's a combination of all of it together. It has to be, right? But for the fact that it's 38% up, that's pretty big numbers from the previous year. This was definitely their best show in a long time. To open it with Fable was just genius. I still think it would have been awesome to close with Fable, but that's just me. But it was a fast show. If they can just stick to that format for the rest of the shows and then just slightly tweak it to, improve little bits and pieces here and there, go for it. Like, like the indie section where they usually lump all the indies together and just have a really quick reel of it. I like that kind of thing. They didn't really do it this time that much, and focus on more on first parties. Like I think we were saying previously, or those what was it? Those Japanese games. I can't remember what they're called right now off the top of my head, but
JRPGs?
they showed it like the 4 different games separately. They should have just showed them all together.
Oh, Persona?
That's it, Persona. Yeah, they should have just really showed those all in one reel and then let it go. But I can kind of understand them staggering it at the same time.
Honestly,
but anyway.
half of those views Microsoft paid for, though, right? You've got to know. You've got to throw that on the table at some
Did you
point
get
and
your
point
check?
out the obvious. Yeah, I did. After watching it 92 million times, they did give me a check. So yeah. They gave me a check and it was into a psychiatric hospitalization ward to make sure I was mentally okay. Yeah, that's what the check was. 72-hour hold.
I'm now gonna say, Red, you're an idiot.
I just want to point out that there's probably some of the things people saying like Microsoft paid for those views.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, of course. They had all the phones set up in a factory in China, just all playing.
It's just about as the joke. The funny joke I think was the whole how every Xbox game was being paid by Microsoft, which is quite amazing, really. So an incredible feat alone, just to get in contact with everyone that supports Xbox and then give them money, send them money for enjoying and playing games on Xbox. Just incredible. But I just feel gutted because if that is the case, then I guess I'm the only one not being paid.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Well,
why you're not a paid shill? Yeah. It's your podcast setup. Like the fact it's in a toilet. Microsoft's like that's just not happening. They're not paying you for
it's not
that.
good enough. What I found funny is one of the PlayStation fans said to me, he's not a paid shill. And I said, did you do it for free? He said, yes. And I don't think he realised what he was, his own statement.
Admitting to?
Yeah, what he was admitting to. I posted that on Twitter. Him just admitting to not being paid to be a shill. He does it for free. He's quite happy to announce that he does it for free. Not realising, I think, what he was actually admitting to. Complete idiot.
Sorry, Elite, go.
Go on, you go on. You was gonna cut in like you
cut you off as per usual. No, I'll let you go. I'm not going to be an asshole this week.
No, you do it. This is your last week before you travel around Malaysia, collecting sand.
Collecting sand, selling meth to children, and also apparently trying to find a husband for you, Elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going to be a busy. When am I going to have a chance to relax on my holiday?
Oh, it's a holiday. Oh, okay. I thought you was going over there to start your OnlyFans.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, I was actually going to check in on your pillow network, whatever, your factory there. I was going to make sure that it got burnt down.
Oh yeah.
Is the factory by any chance in Germany where Xbox is going for Gamescom in August?
Oh,
I like that, but I hadn't really had my say.
I'm just trying to move some shit along.
I was just going to say 92 million views, well done to them. I think it's well deserved, and it goes a long way to saying that, all those acquisitions, they've paid for everything. So obviously, naturally, we get 92 million views. No, I think it's nice to see that the mind share is shifting away from just one or two big ticket groups to Microsoft actually getting a fair shake and people looking forward to the games. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not very coherent right now. I'm kind of now thinking about Gamescom. Thank you.
You're welcome. But I mean, Xbox has been having a pretty good generation so far. The mind share is definitely building. This is proof of that.
Starfield.
Obviously Starfield is definitely going to be massive, and I think we're all saying it's going to be massive, but I don't think we fully get how massive it's going to be. It's going to be off the charts. I'm just sort of disappointed that they're not going to have and hopefully I'm wrong. I don't think they're going to have a special console for it, which is really upsetting because
No,
because they really should. Like that's just missing.
It's a missed opportunity,
massive missed opportunity. One of the biggest games ever, and not having a console for it is crazy. Because that would sell consoles for sure. Let alone the game selling it. A special edition console would definitely. I'd probably try and buy one. So, you know, and I don't need one. But anyway, Mindshare's there. It's building up. It's continuing to go. We've got more, like I said, Gamescom. We've got PAX coming here in, I don't know, I think they have PAX at different times of the year in different countries. I think they may have already had it in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But we're getting it in October. I've taken the day off, even though I haven't bought a ticket yet, but I'm sure I'll get one anyway and go to PAX for the day. So there's still some video game stuff out there, and hopefully there's a bit more of a presence in the likes of PAX with Xbox. So should be good. Elite, do you have anything else you want to add to this particular topic? Good. All right.
Yes.
I was just going to say, Sappho put in the chat, Mindshare's gotten better, but they still have a face an uphill battle.
Absolutely.
With the media. I agree.
Yes.
Absolutely.
PlayStation has done a great job of making sure that the media played their game. Yeah, and so I think as a result, yeah, they've still got that battle to deal with. But PlayStation's been called out, so I don't think they can get away with half the stuff that they were doing.
I think they will get away with it. The media's clearly gunning for Xbox for some reason. Clearly.
Anyway.
You're just getting all sorts of people now just come out of the woodwork and just attack Xbox. Just random and weird.
I'm watching you play this game, and I'm like, you're missing things. My brain, I really just want to play.
Hey, I actually ended up completing all the achievements.
I know.
But yeah, so I ended up getting everything in the game. But yeah, look, Xbox is always going to have an uphill battle because they've fumbled the ball over the last 20 years so many friggin' times with their communication and that the media are more PlayStation centric and kind of probably won't really change unless you get new blood within the industry. I mean, look at all the shills at IGN. You know, they're obsessed with PlayStation and they only ever say bad things about Xbox. So, you know, unless you get new people in, it's not really going to change. But, you know, Xbox is still surviving without the media, generally speaking, and they just need to get their communication right. That's just one thing at a time. They got this stuff going. Get your communication right when you're going to advertise or announce new things. Once you start to get that right, stick to that process, stick to that format, whatever it might be, then, you know, you start working on the media side of things.
It is strange that Xbox has to get things like that right, though. That they have to get things like the communication right. So like, where Sony has to make no effort because they could literally just lie to everyone and just make shit up, and then the media will just back it.
Yeah,
and then say nothing
because they're in first place.
Any effort at all? Yeah, but it's just weird that they just no one's willing just to call them out. Even in first place, no one's willing to say, "Hold up, you know, wait a minute."
Because they want to get.
I think it's just weird.
They want to get their copy of the game to try.
Yeah,
and review.
They get the copy of the game and
That's
try. They want to get their clicks for their channels, if their websites, and that's what's disgusting, really. It's just not just gaming, is it? It's media in general. Really, it's gone that way now. They're out just for clicks. They're quite happy to lie, just to draw people in. Now that's the way media is these days. It's pretty free, everyone. Right. So what was we? Gamescom. Yeah. So did you say it was in Germany?
Yeah.
In Germany.
When was that announced? That's a shame.
It's one of the biggest gaming thing shows
every year
in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't realise it was in Germany. I might have.
Tell us you're not a real gamer without telling us you're not a real gamer.
Ooh. Fight.
It's been in Europe every year.
Sorry, Elite. That's just me being me.
It balances, isn't it? It's all over the place. I wish you'd do more things in England. Be nice.
Why?
Especially they need to do more things because they need to do more things in places where they need to draw attention to. They need to draw attention to Xbox in places where it's sort of losing ground. That's I think it's
I
not
mean, the
E3.
UK
They
wasn't
should
doing-
put E3 in Europe, for example.
doing a great job
and stuff like that.
themselves. They were forcing themselves to lose ground there.
Yeah, I think they should just push into these markets more and just do more shows there and see if get more attention. They just like, second thought. So I get the feeling. So yeah,
You
I mean the
excited
only
for Gamescom?
show that we've had in the UK, the one I've been to is the EXO 2019. I think it was. I think
Yeah, it
it's
was
the
a
one I
fan
did.
fest event. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that. But at Gamescom, yes, I am looking forward to Gamescom. I think you said it was Assassin. Said, do you think we could get a developer direct about their 2024 games later this year? I think if anything, we probably will get it in Gamescom, or possibly Game of the Year. I'm not sure if they I'm not sure if they actually reveal much of the Game of the Year anymore. I think you might start to, like they did last year, skip it and just blank old Jeff Sony Keighley, and just do their own thing now because his show's trash. So yeah, definitely go for Gamescom.
They were purposely being quiet because they were they were waiting for the direct at the beginning of the show. I mean, beginning of the year, and they didn't want to kind of show their hand too much. They should have had something there. 100% agree, but I think we'll still see something at this year's Game of the Year awards. Yeah, for the Keighley's.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think they should. I don't think they should bother with it because there is clear bias even on that show.
It's going to be delete Elite later. Yeah, we all get to play that game.
Hello, Game Pass Daily. Welcome to chat. So should we move on to the next topic? I'm ready to move on.
Yes.
Is Ashtray still there?
Yeah.
Right. He fell asleep because he's waiting for the next topic.
Oh, good. So last and final topic is the UK CMA backtracks again. Speeds towards Microsoft acquisition Blizzard deal now. So on the back foot of the FTC completely fucking up the whole thing and wasting everyone's time and money, or Americans' money, I should say, not my money. The CMA have come forward and said, "Yeah, we're just gonna back out of this now," and they just sort of slowly, like that GIF where Homer just vanishes into the bushes. CMA just done that. He just vanished slowly backwards into the bush, and just sort of we're kind of okay with this now. We're not too fussed, and I think it's been sort of put on pause for the moment. So, what's your take on this? I don't think anything's going to come of this. I think they're all just going to just let it go now. I think they've given up. The FTC are in the shits now. They've had their funding cut, haven't they? Officially,
25%.
Yeah, and I don't think Lena's going to be there for much longer. She just got destroyed,
Microsoft just
completely
announced
destroyed
the new closing date for October, because that gives them time to finalize the deal with the CMA. And I think the FTC is no longer pursuing the August hearing, from my understanding. I might be wrong, but from my understanding, I think they're completely gone and just leaving it alone. Fingers crossed they have. But yeah, it's not surprising. I'm glad that they realized that they were the only regulator around the world that was blocking the deal, and as a result, negatively impacting their fan base. I mean, the consumer there, sorry, not their fan base. Their consumers. Well, CMA has a fan base. But yeah, I can add more, but I'll let Ashtray talk.
No, you don't have to. That's fine. Yeah, so the case has been paused.
Trash.
Which is a good thing, because then apparently that means that they can speed it along, right? They were going to have a procedural friggin' meeting on the 2nd of August, but it's been cancelled or whatever. So they've I think you might have just said it, Red, but I wasn't listening. That the deal has been agreed to by Microsoft and Activision to extend out to I think it's the 18th of October.
18th of October, yeah.
And we should see it close before then. Some are saying I've seen some places where they're expecting it to close at the end of August, like the 29th of August or something like that. I saw somewhere on Twitter. So look, yeah, we're getting there. It has extended past its original date, but the good thing is that they can't see the CMA can't see themselves winning. I think they were still trying to push for some cloud changes there in cloud. There's people been talking about potentially Microsoft selling off the cloud part of their division in the UK only, just to suffice that. But we'll see what really comes out of it. I think Microsoft kind of have the power back in their court where they can kind of change the deal a little bit to suit them in regards to how many concessions they have to do, etc. So, and for example of that is we famously heard this week that PlayStation signed the 10-year deal. However, it's only for CoD and not any other Activision games, where apparently it was 3 years for everything and then 10 years for everything, and then apparently it's 10 years just for CoD. So, they've obviously been able to change the deal to suit themselves.
They probably went back to a 30%, 70% revenue share, I think. So that PlayStation is earning more revenue off the back. PlayStation probably didn't want the 20% revenue share that they had kind of undercut Microsoft on, and I think that's why he probably signed the deal.
Yeah, and that's fine because at the end of the day, Microsoft's still making 70%. And I think they make money on transactions, microtransactions as well. So whatever's bought on the PlayStation platform, Microsoft will get. So, it's a win-win, really, isn't it?
The deal's going to close before October, I reckon, because I think they've given themselves the adequate buffer room time to allow for them to talk through and sort it all out. But I reckon they're going to have a decision before October 18th. 100% agree with you there. Also, Game Pass Daily on that. But yeah, it's just interesting that all this rigmarole, all of this stupid fanfare for nothing. The CMA still had to essentially bend the knee.
Yeah, they did. So
it was a waste of time.
Well, yeah. I mean, they've got to be seen to be doing something, I guess. But when it came to light very, very early on that there was no real grounds and no real substance to it, it should have been sort of stopped early on instead of letting it draw out. I mean, you'd think that they're, what is it, CAT, that's above the CMA in the UK? They should have just gone, all right, let's cut this bullshit. You're just wasting taxpayers' money. You don't have any solid grounds. Let's just cut it here, move on. But they didn't.
Stupid.
Yep.
Sorry, go.
No, they didn't, and it took the FTC case in the US for them to go, okay, well, they didn't win, so
because there's obviously following the lead, weren't they? They've obviously been sort of directed
absolutely
following the lead. Yeah, it's clear FTC and CMA working together on this.
Yeah,
and once they see the FTC just get shot in the back, get blown out.
Did you
CMA just thought, fuck it, we're done here. As what's it? Everything scrolled up. Oh, where's he gone? As Game Pass Daily said, I've lost what he said there. Oh no, it all scrolled up. Oh, the CMA said it's likely to be able to reach a new provisional view on the restructured deal in the week beginning the 7th of August. So, yeah. And as Assassin said, Call of Duty servers back online. Blizzard games coming to Steam. The acquisition is done, but so many pro-consumer moves going on.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they were saying, the naysayers were saying that Xbox taking over Activision and Call of Duty, it's going to kill the game off and it will just be terrible. But it's only been it's only been a week and there's already positives to it.
Yeah. I just hope, I really, really hope that they do right by everything and the consumers when they are looking at... I know they're still a business and they still have to make money and all of that, but they don't try and screw over all the consumers. Yeah. That's my biggest thing, is I think everyone is always concerned about any type of company purchasing anything that... But Activision, their game's finally going to cloud, which is nice. My issue was the CMA's thing was we have no issues with consoles. Like, we're fine with that market, but we're blocking the deal just because of cloud. For them working on that to go, like, I understand why they were like cloud because it could become a thing, but the amount of people using cloud services on on Xbox is so minute. They're working out everything that they tried to work out was appalling, because it was inaccurate and the whole thing was just a big joke and they were going to get destroyed completely if this went further because their math was wrong. We saw what happened to the
Clearly, it was a
FTC.
strategy.
Yeah,
That's
we saw
why.
what happened with the FTC and they got freaking destroyed. And that was exactly what was going to happen with the CMA. Obviously, they don't want to see like they're backing down and they're like, we still stand by our blocking the decision choice, but we're willing to now look at things to improve stuff. I'm like, why couldn't you have been willing to play ball previously? Like, you had to know that you were going to get destroyed. I think they were hoping that it could be blocked through the FTC, but no, suckers.
It's clearly a two-pronged attack. The FTC said, right, we'll go after CoD. You guys go after cloud. We'll shut them down somewhere. That was the plan, wasn't it? That we'll completely destroy Microsoft or Xbox. And FTC got absolutely destroyed. And CMA thought, actually, we don't want any of that, thanks, and just bottled it and just backed off, and that was it. Game over. So
risk it. The meth was wrong. Apparently, I'm going to Malaysia to sell meth to children, so that might be on my mind. Yeah. But thank you, Game Pass Daily. I will enjoy Malaysia, specifically going to Borneo, going to go see the orangutans and see Elite in his natural habitat. Yeah.
Hope you should come and give me a hug.
No, you're not meant to touch. Not meant to touch the monkeys.
Ow. You can touch my monkey.
This is the last show I'm ever going to be on, guys. No. Definitely after that comment. Oh, it's so bad.
Hey. Oh, we're going to miss you, Red. Yeah.
You'll have 3 weeks without me cutting you off. There you go. Enjoy.
It means Ashtrey's going to have to supply gameplay.
We're going to have to do a soundboard.
We're going to have to do a soundboard.
You'll just have to get some random recordings of me from previous episodes and just pop it in so you don't miss me too much.
We need one of you saying rubbish.
Rubbish, yeah.
That's say. I'll see if I can clip it, and then have it on the soundboard. Say rubbish.
Could you should have just played the crickets just then. Straight wide, and you should have just played the crickets.
Well,
Next time we'll coordinate better.
So I want you to say rubbish so I can then clip it from the channel and then. So if you say rubbish like in a sexy voice to sort of persuade Farquaad, go.
No.
Oh, or just say. Oh.
Thank you, Ashley.
Just say rubbish then.
Anyway, you've just made it saying that word creepy.
No, it's rubbish. So we can have it as a thing. Take that ball with me and going in.
My Microsoft money is running out, so I have to now sell drugs. Assassin, yeah. I spent all my Microsoft money, and now I have to go buy sell drugs.
She's also gonna farm people's organs as well.
Yeah. Can't stand the sight of blood, but yeah, I'm gonna try that. Hopefully, no one dies. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, so you're gonna be thinking of us while you're in traveling around Malaysia.
I think us is a strong word.
Me? Right.
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna miss us, Ashtray. So what is it? Yeah. Should we sign off now? Are we done now? Are we all on the topics?
We are done, but I'm gonna miss the chat. I'm gonna miss playing games with everybody, and that's what I'm gonna say. But I'm only going.
Are you taking your Xbox with you?
No, I'm only going for 3 weeks. And your tweet made it sound like I was actually quitting the show. Just want to point that out.
Oh no,
I've had
did
people,
it?
I've had people messaging me going, is this your last show? I mean, it's tempting. It's tempting. No, it's not. I love talking games.
no.
So yeah. If anything,
It
I'll
was
do
not
my own
meant to be
panda
like that at all,
hour.
honest.
Yeah.
You gonna do a shout out then? Your last shout out to the chat ever for 3 weeks.
Ever for 3 weeks.
Have you seen
God
it?
damn it.
Assassin says, so it was Panda that got Doomcast guy hooked on meth.
Yeah.
Hey, you had to buy it from someone.
I would. Yeah, that's true. I also had to be dressed in a hazmat suit and make sure that I had security detail because he's quite creepy. Yeah, it's the only way I'll sell meth to him.
He looks like a pedo. Just saying.
Pedo. Get to do a shout out to the chat then. Red, go on, do it.
Do it now. I can't do the accent, but yeah. Yeah, shout out to the chat, everybody. It's been a good show. There aren't a major lot of topics this week because, you know, everything has just been insane. We're all just waiting for Starfield, to be honest. No one wants to do anything other than play Starfield. I don't really care about anything other than Starfield. Yeah, that's the truth of it. Where's my Starfield at? Are you gonna make that? You made it. Okay. All right, but
You're
yeah,
just
shout out to
rambling now.
everybody. Yeah, I am rambling.
Yeah, what the fuck are you on about?
I was watching him try to make a jump onto
High on
the
our own
van.
supply.
Yeah, high on my own supply. But just want to say we always have fun every week trashing Elite. So while I'm away, please make sure you give the same amount of crap to Elite in the chat as you would every week. And support Ashtray because he's awesome. And then
thanks.
after the show, head on over to Xbox Infinite to also trash talk risk it around how bad he is at Halo. Just want to point that out. But yeah, hit that like button, share it out, and have a great rest of your week or weekend. Yeah.
And we see you in 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be back on the 19th, I think. It's the 19th.
19th.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
right.
Well,
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, have a good trip. Be safe. Don't do anything Elite would do.
Yeah, don't do
And
that.
you should be fine.
I don't know if I can agree to those terms.
Don't tell me you want to
do nasty stuff.
Don't tell me you'd want to do anything Elite does.
Don't do
She's
anything
gonna
he
do
would do.
worse.
Yeah, I
That's
said
what
don't.
you're
She's
saying.
doing
Okay.
nasty
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah. But I am definitely going to go shut down his pillow factory. That is the top of my list. No
Right.
one deserves those products. Yeah, you should be ashamed.
You
of
can
yourself.
see it because I destroyed acres and acres of rainforest for it. And what I did is I built a big pillar factory. A life-size version of you is.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I just died inside.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys know where to find me if you're looking for me. I'm out. Catch you
You're
guys
going
later.
into
See you
Witsec,
next
right?
week. Yep. It was a good show.
Great show. Bye for
Oh, is that it?
now.
Is that your bye? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers. Thank you all for watching. We really appreciate you joining us all week on week, and we love you all. And hopefully see you all again next week with me, Ashtray, and one other.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do.
Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.
Enjoy your week.